Just ask me if I'm doing well. Letting that know what the hell. I just swallow hard. In your eyes, black diamonds, I could die. Black diamonds, in your eyes, black diamonds, I could die. Black diamonds, and I wake up in a cold sweat on your ceiling. Terrified of what your love's revealing. So much you can see. Should I let you make a woman of me? Should I let you take the mystery from me? See the inside of my room at night. Sometimes you'll find things I do not know how to leave behind. I've been grappling with my own mind. I've been stuck inside a jail. In your eyes, black diamonds, I could die. Black diamonds.
You're listening to CHSR 97.9 FM in Fredericton, your access to the airwaves.
Want to join the radio team here at CHSR FM? You can volunteer today and try a number of different types of programming. Whether you want to host a music show, audio drama, podcast, or something entirely unique, we do it all. With access to a huge archive of music and over 80,000 albums, the possibilities are endless. Visit chsrfm.ca today for more info on how to join.
Vos dons à l'Association des amputés de guerre ont un effet durable sur la vie des personnes amputées. Votre soutien leur procure les prothèses nécessaires pour vivre en toute autonomie. Pour en savoir plus sur la portée de votre appui, visitez le amputédeguerre.ca.
This is DJ Python Hyena, Python's Paradise, your film and music and general pop culture show here at CHSR 97.9 FM here in Fredericton. Listen to Python's Paradise from 8 till 9 o'clock on Sunday evenings for all your film and music and pop culture news.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 422 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad O'Dell, and with me is always
the indomitable king of paintball. I'm also counting episodes because I thought last week was 420.
No, that was the week before.
Oh man, I am losing track of days again.
I always go back. I have to always go back and check. Always.
I appreciate that you go back and check.
Yeah. Sorry, that creaked right into the microphone. I'm so sorry.
That was very.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was. It's the pop filter was like really low, and I was like, I gotta fix that, and I did violently apparently. So
hello to all the beautiful people that are listening to us on 97.9 CHSR in capital city of New Brunswick, Fredericton. It is 9 o'clock, and this is the Maritime Paintball Podcast, and we are here to talk to you about last weekend.
You're on such a roll. You were on such a roll.
I stuttered and I overthought it, and that's what happens. For those fun people that were listening to the stream last week, I am making a Mario Kart room. So
slowly but surely.
Me on Switch. Oh no, I've got a little team going here. We got a little
okay.
A little group of us. I'm trying to get those Mario Kart players out there. So
I dig that.
Well, I mean, I can't look at that screen anymore, man. Like, Ryan Russell, hi buddy. Hi Ryan.
Who's out there? Ryan, what's happening, man? So we got a couple things to talk about. One, we're going to recap last weekend. We went to the fall finale. Street ball finale, which was an absolute blast. I think everybody had a good time, and I mean, I definitely did. So some of the teams, I don't think we can say their names on the radio.
We definitely can't say. No, we definitely cannot say.
No, we can say
those
we've got
teams.
like Heather Sucks. That was one team that was there. And then there was Chunky Monkeys. And then the other ones I don't think we could say on the radio.
No, we definitely can't talk about. Definitely can't mention my team name at all. Well, actually, we can say it was Army of Ninjas.
Yes, Army of Ninjas was one. That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, that was a very fun team name. I try to come up with something different every time. Big credit to the Cauldron Project and their sweet album Battalion that gave me the idea for that.
I love that. So that was hosted at Moncton Paintball. It was an absolute blast. The layout. Let's talk about that layout, man. So I know we're on an audio format here. So those of us listening on the radio or listening in the stream, how to explain the layout? I mean, the Doritos side. So for anyone who doesn't know what that means, is the side with all the big triangles.
That look like Doritos 3Ds.
They do look like 3D Doritos. Absolutely.
That's why they're called Doritos, kids. Like,
yeah.
That's the joke.
The distance between some of those Dorito bunkers was intense.
D side was very much kind of like the unloved redheaded stepchild. It got kind of ignored. I thought it really got ignored. Everybody was like diving in the snake and trying to catch that center game. But every time I was at home and I was looking across, nobody was on D side. Nobody ever went over there. It was just wide open.
Hey, Melissa Weber's in the chat. Yeah, it was D side was pretty vacant. I think the issue with D side was that
it was very moist. It was.
It rained that weekend. But the back corners, the home corners of each side had clear line of sight across D side. Yeah. So if you got stuck in that bunker, you were stuck. It was really hard to move around Dorito. Meanwhile, Snake,
there was not a abundance of home players.
Anytime I went out, I got stuck. I ended up getting nailed. When I went up center, I did better. But when I went D side, I maybe made it to D1, to the first Dorito. But I ended up getting pinned down by whoever was running center and back home.
Oh yeah. If the center player just decided that they wanted to spend some money and just throw every bit of paint they could, they did. There was a lot of paint thrown. Also, big thanks to Moncton Paintball, our sexy sponsor and sweet benefactor. They put on a heck of a show, like always. Gas Man, it was a great turnout, a lot of fun. It was, I think, it was my favorite street ball of the year was this weekend.
Yeah, it was
Everybody
great.
Was there. We didn't care that we were soaked and cold, and it was raining. The paint shot amazing, considering you had paint water running down your barrel.
Yep.
Everybody, Zach, Heather's husband, suggested doing the old put the paint bag
over the hopper
trick.
Yeah,
like, it's an old school trick. Like, that's wonderful.
It's a classic trick.
You could not bring down the mood. It was a very, very good day. It was a good day of ball. I wish we had more of those. I wish we had more days like that, because that's the kind of thing that makes you want to go back out every weekend and play more.
It really was. And the
suffering is fun. I didn't see you suffering there. You decided to suffer at the Cowboys and Banditos game, which looked really fun. When I was there, like I said, I only got to hang out for a little bit because I had the intern Starman. I had the Starman was on his way mission, so we only got to hang out for a little bit, but the vibe there was really good. Everybody in that picture has got a big smile. There's no question that fun was had by all, except for Kenny, because it's Kenny. If you understood how much of a mantra in my life it's Kenny, is a thing.
So so you mentioned everyone playing
Diabetes.
center on that layout and playing Snake. Snake definitely controlled that field. The center
Oh, yeah.
was huge. That big center X.
Every time I see old pictures of paintball events from like 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, they all have this gigantic center bunker.
Yep.
And I understand why why it doesn't get used as much, because it's 4-man. That's something that you want to have for like a 5-man, I would guess. Like,
Yeah, five man or a 7-man does much better with something like that.
I cannot.
That was the old sponsor bunker. Yeah, bring back the car wash. The car wash. I'll have to find a video for you to see that one, man, because the car wash was wild. It literally it was posts, right? Like,
Yeah.
think like goalposts kind of thing,
Yeah.
or an arch, and it literally had vinyl dangling down. Yeah, like what you would see
No.
on the outside of a car wash, like
That
a
sounds
toy
mental.
car wash.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Or the
Listen,
center
I-
A. That I've never played a center A.
I don't know, but that's making me want. I still want mounds, but this is that might.
Mounds
cross
is a
the
different
new-
beast entirely.
Oh, I know, but it's such a different beast that I've never seen here, and I would either get my absolutely savaged playing it, because those guys I've seen are wild, or I would fall in love and have to move someplace where there's a mounds field.
Yeah. Nova's in the chat. What's happening?
Hey TJ,
Um,
I haven't got
And
to
Eli.
you yet.
I see Eli over there.
Yay, Eli.
Yeah, so we had the big, what were they? They were oh my god, what shape were they? In the center of the field we just played.
They were square.
Yeah. But because they're bunkers, because they're air bunkers, they're rounded in the corners. So where they met, there was that little, yeah, they were bricks. They were bricks. It's been a long day.
Oh.
And
You
they
gotta
had
make
these
your
little
money,
curves
buddy.
where they met,
Yeah.
and I smoked somebody like through the gap.
Yes, that's how I got Baby Bear.
Right.
I saw him running up, and it was just throw all the paint at that tiny little hole and hope that something squeezes through.
Yeah. I love how Nova's just like, oh, what's up, guys? I'm just building tons of cockers.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Don't worry about calling me. I'm busy doing business. Good.
Next year.
Good.
Next year. I will own one. Are we coming to Ontario Classic this weekend? No.
No. We're not.
Money. It's very expensive to do stuff like that, and we
Again,
traveled to
working
Ontario
on-
a lot this year.
I am working on getting the mobile embassy up and running, so that we'll be able to do that stuff.
That'll be
next
cool,
year.
man. Because you know what? Even if you have something, if you manage to score a nice trailer that doesn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, you roll up somewhere, it doesn't. If we're in the summer, we don't need power.
I don't care about power. I just want a place to poop. And it's getting to the point where I'll just, we'll get one of those porta-bogs and I'll kick you out. Get out, Brad. I need to poop.
Sure.
It's that or we.
Ooh, let's talk about this. Let's get into this real quick, because the field was great. Moncton did an amazing job. They gave out a ton of hormesis bands. Everyone played really well. Great sportsmanship. It was such a good time. Go check out Landry Photography to go
Ted-
check out the images. Ted did an amazing job with the images. Amazing.
Always does. Teddy's a great photographer.
Yeah, and his way of editing, he like blackens out the background and it makes the colors pop, but they're dark. It's so good. Cameron Bro in the chat. He's out live on Facebook here. Thoughts on the Operation Honey Badger at the compound next year? So here's okay. Apparently, they might be changing the date so it doesn't conflict with Canadian Legends, which is great. I want to go to Canadian Legends.
Yeah, there's a good chance of some really awesome stuff happening
Yeah,
there.
like
And
if I have to miss
people are
out.
already talking about it.
Yeah, because the
And
Living
a year
Legends
in advance-
games are legendary, for lack of a better word. I'm curious to see how the Canadian Legends one will go, because the Legends games in the past were huge parties. Like, it was a huge party. Like, they would have like they would have the game, and then afterwards you had this like they have a stage, they had bands, they had like punk bands, and then they had like hip hop, and then they had
you need the king of paintball needs to go there and party with these people.
Right, so that's what I'm wondering.
That's what it is. We got to go.
That's what I'm wondering if Canadian Legends is going to do. Brian normally takes care of us. Just got to figure out customs. Canadian Carnage was great, according to Wolf.
Oh my god! If it's a party like that and Wolf's going,
it's in his backyard, man. You know he's going to go.
Yeah.
So I would love to go to Legends.
Oh, no,
sorry, I'm having an
on-
allergy attack right now, so I'm going to hold on.
It's on the calendar, man. We're going. That's it. We're going. I have spoken. It is done. We are going.
Okay.
Because we're going to D-Day. Because it's D-Day.
D-Day is also in June, and then we have July, and then August, and then Legends is in September.
Yeah, let's just not double book this year.
Right? That double book, brutal, man. That was brutal.
Yeah, every time.
It was worth it, though.
Because I absolutely, enemies on the list. Got to go back. Got to go to D-Day. Got to go. Can't believe we're already talking about this.
I know.
Already.
I know. But you know what? We have the whole winter to plan.
Yeah, I know. It would be interesting if Nova can make it to the Canadian. Yes. If Nova could be there, it would be quite possibly my happiest moment in hanging around paintball, because that's going to be just fun as hell.
Yeah. So the compound Operation Honey Badger is being looks like the torch is being passed to Ryan Bell, who is working with the compound, which previously was an airsoft only field. I've never played the compound, so I don't know. What I can say though is Ryan has recently posted a video of a bunch of guys rappelling off a helicopter into the game. Now, I believe that was airsoft, but it just goes to show what the compound is like.
Ryan's a good guy for that stuff too.
Yes.
Like, if anybody's gonna do the job right, I would like to think it's Ryan Bell.
Right. Same.
Like, he's got the heart to do it and do it well, and not overthink it and not try to force a script on it. We're giving you hints here, buddy.
Yeah. So when there is a comment, let me see if I can find it. That he had mentioned, like he said, Operation Honey Badger is coming. I was like, interesting. And it said, it specifically said,
Frontal nudity?
unscripted.
Define.
Right. So when I seen that, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Let's dig into that a little bit. Let me see if I can find the original.
I wasn't being sarcastic. Define unscripted in the term in terms of.
Well, that's the thing is, and I don't want to mess it up.
Compound badger. Compound fracture. If somebody hurts themselves. It'd be a great nickname.
Here we go. Okay. So, Operation Honey Badger 11, Broken World, unscripted mass domination, MagFed only game. Friday, September 26th, night game. These dates are pending. But Friday, night game. Saturday, main game. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So then on there, I tossed him a comment. Basically, let me see if I can find the comment. Because I asked about the unscripted part, and he gave me an answer, and I don't want to mess up the answer. And it looks like...
Tom, don't worry. We'll find you MagFed. It's okay. You don't need to be afraid of it. You take the magazine, and it goes click, and it goes in. We'll be okay. We'll get you a pistol. You'll have a blast.
Maybe I can't find the comment. It's gone. It's gone.
Points don't matter. Oh, so it's MagFed, but okay. what is lodging like at the compound? Well, Wolf,
That's a great question. I would
there
love to
should
have
be a
Ryan
mobile-
Bell on the show to talk about it.
That is a terrifying thing. Don't even joke about that. He'll do
Um,
it. It's like that Goofy meme, man.
oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I found it. I found it. Okay. Okay.
10 round twos.
So I seen that, and I was like, unscripted. So does that mean no story or props and just classic large-scale domination style play? Because that's what my mind goes to with unscripted. I'm thinking there's no storyline. It's just, welcome to the compound. We're going to play a big game, MagFed only. Here's your flags. Go basically do IRL Battlefield for a couple of hours.
That sounds so much fun.
Right. So I said, does that mean yada, yada, yada? He says, yes to props. Halfway yes on story. Concept is simple. Get out on the field, interact with villagers, learn secrets, maybe acquire WMD parts. Use them to wipe out a whole grid, square friendly or otherwise. Collect kill tags, score points, eat food, trade stories, have fun. Mess with the villagers, and they get to decide what happens next. You're waging a war in the backyard after all. He says, I'm still heavily developing the game, bringing some of the best experiences from 18-hour games at the compound. Individual squads will receive intel brief before they leave their spawn, and whatever action they choose to follow will either bring fortune or disaster to the team going forward. I want a game that is fluid and fun for everybody that can accommodate the mission-oriented or the gunslingers that just want to brawl. With 200 plus acres of mixed terrain, including villages to desert hills to bunkers and semi-dense lush forest, the sky is the limit. This is no longer unscripted. I'm sorry, Ryan. Your event is not unscripted, bud. It sounds like you got a hell of an idea, but it's not unscripted.
For the right price, I can make myself sound like a British lady, and I will announce what points have been captured and lost. Get me a pack of cigarettes, and I can try to make myself sound like Dame Maggie Smith.
What I'm more worried about with that, and again, sounds like a great idea. I'm all for it. I am all for Ryan taking this on. Okay, I don't want anyone to think that I'm dumping all over this, because I think it's going to be great. If it can be pulled off, it'll be great. It sounds a little ambitious.
I think, and just hearing that and not having spoken to Ryan, that if you go just wide open brawl for all, give the guys who want their objectives, have those objectives there for them, but they don't matter. It's just for bragging rights. It's just, you want to go out and you want to have a little bit of LARPing and great, have fun. You want to go out there and slay your enemies and drink their blood, then we'll do that.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it, right? Like,
That's
you've
what
said
I'm
that
thinking
before.
is like, just kind of.
Give him time. He's got time. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's a great idea to keep Honey Badger going. I think that the compound might be the place to do it. It would be really nice if they, because they seem to have a really nice facility. What I don't know is the details of the facility, right? I'm trying to look up, Wolf asked about lodging around it. And I can't find, and like it's not working. I can't seem to find anything nearby.
We're on UNB white Wi-Fi's, and
Yeah, it's a little
the
bit.
Wi-Fi's
Now,
not
that being
best.
said, like Kinmount is down the road, which is like a quaint little town. It's a village of 500 people.
Oh my God, Wolf! There you go, bud. We're gonna rent ourselves an Airbnb. Well, you guys can rent an Airbnb.
There's
I'm gonna park the
cottages
mobile embassy on the
nearby.
front
I
lawn.
don't actually even know if those are nearby. They have movies. There's a hotel called the Kinmount Black Rock. There's a couple. I think you could find lodging. Something
Everybody
tells
stay
me
at the Clint Mount Black Rock.
Kinmount Black Rock.
That is at least a partially inoffensive word that almost came out there. So let's just be happy
It's
that worked out well.
It looks like I don't think this is a place you could stay.
PFC Chen.
It's a campground.
Hey, Irving.
Um,
Hotel takeover.
it's
Yes,
not.
I
It's
think
not a hotel. I can't find any hotels nearby.
I don't care. I'm still parking the mobile embassy out front.
I
I'll
think
use somebody else to shower.
I think the plan is either you're going to be staying quite a distance away. Again, I'm on garbage Wi-Fi right now, so I can't find out for sure. I'm talking too much about this. So moving on. The compound seems like a great spot. I'm excited for Honey Badger to continue. I'm a little worried about
I want a MagFed game, and if that's what we need to do to get a good MagFed game, we have to go out and support it.
Keyword is good.
I know.
I don't want a MagFed game that is a D&D game with MagFed markers, because that will grind to a halt.
I was going to make fun of you, but then I remembered that I'm making fun of everybody because MagFed players are not only terrible paintball players, they're also terrible LARPers.
So
you would think they'd be good at it, but they are not. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it. I like D&D. I love the idea of missions and stuff like that, but it never works. I've never seen it really work.
The problem is
I have the attention span of a 4-year-old when I'm out there.
When you get super intense missions like that, you get granular missions that stack on stack and stack, and you've got this option A leads to side effect 1, and option B leads to side effect 2, and you kind of have this sprawling thing going out. It becomes extremely complicated, and it's one thing to sit down at a table with up to 10 of your buddies and have this kind of like choose your own adventure kind of plan.
That's what it is.
But when you get into 50, 75, 100, 200 players, the communication breaks down immediately. So you end up with, I didn't know I was supposed to get this. I didn't know that was in the rules. I didn't know I could do this. I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know I was supposed to go do this. And then you get frustration, which then turns into unhappy
Brad
players.
standing on top of the pallet, yelling at people.
Exactly.
Okay. Fair.
Right?
Fair.
So it'd be different. Like I think it'd be kind of cool if somebody could organize, if you could get 20 dedicated players and then you had a game master, you could probably pull something very detailed D&D style off. It's what we saw happen at Operation Honey Badger 10. Great story, lots and lots of planning that completely collapsed when the responsibility was then placed into the players.
Okay, I was thinking of 9 where it kind of went well, and I was running around with Tango. They sent us into the building and everything went smooth. Like I thought that was a blast. I loved the idea.
9 wasn't as story driven. It was more, this is your objective, go do that.
I was half a step from dehydrating and dying.
Yeah, and I was blitzed out of my skull on pre-workout. So
C4.
So, but it's that's what I mean. It's like, if it's just go do this, then go do that, then go do this, then go do that, it will be fine. But if it's secure this objective in order to get this path, or if they secure this objective before you do, you have to take this path, and then maybe there's a third option you have to take. It's yeah, AJ. So that's where I want to see do a big
asshole,
game.
I love you.
Bring in the props. I'm okay with props. I'm cool with props. Okay, props are fun, especially if you could swap the flag for a prop. Like,
man, Darren had some wild props last year.
Yeah, right. So, well, what I mean is by like swapping out the props is like we ran into issues with at Honey Badger 10 where it was like you have to go collect the upside down crosses, not the up facing crosses. And
the cross fiasco.
Right.
Okay.
So that's what I mean is like, instead of having a flag, maybe have something that you have to hold your hand on. Like somebody literally needs to be on it. And the longer they're on it, the more the time that goes up. You know what I mean? Like you could build this stuff with Adreno. Like it's super easy to build. I say it's super easy to build.
They had those bomb stations in 9.
Right. Those ones were
I was inside the kitchen and I was chilling with the ref and I was chatting with the ref, making sure that I could hit the button every
90 seconds or 2 minutes or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was killer.
Exactly. But you had to be there, right? It's not just like raise a flag and walk away from it.
No, you had to. I sat there and chilled with the ref, and then people were coming in fighting. Like it turned into a wild shootout in that little kitchen because we were sitting there, and Buddy came in the door, and he wasn't on our team.
Yeah,
awesome.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, keep the props, but make the props non-essential, or make them fully functional and they are the key piece, but don't try and mix aesthetics with functionality, and that's where people get confused. And then like when you start introducing NPCs into games, that's where stuff will break down fast.
Unless you've got really good NPCs, like whoever is being the NPCs, that's going to be interesting. Like that's what I kind of.
That's what I mean. It's like you need to, and they need to be on the ball with the rules. They need to know what's going on. They need to know what their job is. They need to know what the current state of the game is. Like a lot can break down really fast, and that's why I'm saying I would rather see a no script, straight Battlefield style domination game with MagFed only.
I think that would be hot.
Right? And if you want to sprinkle in little missions here and there, but do not make the whole game ride on these little missions. Make them worth points, but do not make them change the course of the game. For example, when I was in California and I played, the game was End War, one of the End War games. There was just flags around this amazing field that we played. It wasn't actually a paintball field. It was a place called Copperopolis. It was an old copper mine. I climbed a mountain of glass slag. That sucked. The California desert sucks. But there was flags. That's it. There was just flags all the way around, okay? And you collected points based on the flags. But every once in a while, the event organizer would basically go to the general and say, hey, you need to send 2 people to this location. And it would be like, there'd be a ref standing there. It'd be like, yay, right? Go to this location. And there's going to be a small mini game is going to happen there with just those handful of players.
Oh, cool.
And the winners get points. Or it's, there's an objective in the middle of the field, and what they did was they took a wooden crate and then they filled it with gold bars, quote unquote, which was just 2x4s cut up, which essentially made it one giant solid chunk of wood that weighed like 150 pounds.
That's great.
And they put it in the middle of the field, and they were like, whichever team gets this to their home base gets a bunch of points. Go. So you're fighting over the little flags, but at the same time, you're fighting over this crate of gold, I guess, trying to get it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way to run little missions and include props without derailing the entire game. Because somebody who wants to just go get into firefights can go find firefights, and somebody who really wants to focus on those little missions can focus on those little missions, and nobody has to know what anybody else is doing.
I felt that they kind of did that at Wasaga. That was very much the feel. Like if I wanted to go get into a firefight, I could go get into a firefight, or if I wanted to go up into that stupid computer area, the satellite, and wanted to get and try to do that. Yeah, there you go. Frontline secondary objectives. Look at Kenny being all helpful tonight. I'm kind of happy.
Yeah, front lines and secondary objectives. Yeah, Keith, reminiscing on Copperopolis. It was such a great field. It's not like anywhere else on the planet. You got bunkers that are elevated positions. Literally, where the copper smelter was is higher up because they built it at the top of the mine, which was like eroding away. So it was essentially like 3 rooms. But one of the walls was broken down, so the guys could actually lay down and have they could see down into the rest of the field. There was a full-size road running through the middle of the field. So if you need to get somewhere quick, you could run the road, but you probably get caught, right? And then the stream bed, I dragged that wooden crate up the stream bed, cursing and swearing the whole way. Just so, I was angry. I was angry because like our general's losing her mind because she's like, they were supposed to go get this. They've been 20 minutes. I don't know where they are. They're not answering the radios. And I was like, point me in the direction. So me and the boys went in that direction. We found it. And we're like, what are you doing? Oh, we can't get it out of here. I'm like, whatever. Get out of my way. And I was just like full rage, caffeine, and dehydration. Like just dragging this thing along. It was
much fun as that sounds. Partially sounds like a miserable experience too.
I had to stay in the shade because any exposed skin, because I'm so pale, any exposed skin started to burn. Like, not just like turn red and be like, oh, I got a sunburn. It literally felt like I was putting my arm on a stovetop.
Yeah, man. That
sucked.
sucks. And I am not going there.
Yeah. So that's what I would love to see at Operation Honey Badger 11. It is many, many days away. I really hope that it's a focus on gameplay and not a focus on story. The open world concept, mil sim, those are all words to me that say I'm going to build a story and hope that it doesn't collapse. I would much rather focus on solid gameplay.
It's tough. Even in like D&D, when you're doing a one-off campaign, it's tough. It's not an
Oh no, absolutely. And that's why I'm saying it's really, really tough. And I'm wondering if when it comes to something like paintball and a large scale paintball game, is it worth the risk of things going sideways and you getting a lot of really upset people?
It's all about options. It's about the illusion of options.
Right. More than 3 options, somebody will become overwhelmed and walk away. That is what we were taught in retail, and it is true in marketing as well. If you give the customer more than 3 options, odds are they're going to get overwhelmed. So don't give a paintballer any more than 2.
People in ghillie suits shooting first strikes from hundreds of feet away. There was a fair bit of first strikes being slung at Wasaga, and
See, I'm okay with
it was so fun.
what's this now?
Just that sound.
Keith, many objectives, like you said, each one leading to another objective, games and firefights throughout 100 acres plus, if not more. What I'm worried about with that is that objectives leading into objective means that one team will steamroll the other, or they're going to skip an objective and get lost. You know what I mean? Like,
Not trying to be a negative Nancy here. It is
just
the nature of the beast.
that's what I mean. It's when you have that many people on a field going in that many different directions and they're not trained and they're not a unified unit and they're not a unified group. Hell, most of them don't even know each other. You cannot expect them all to run in the same direction.
Yeah.
So you
That's one
need
thing
to keep it simple.
It's like in street ball, my mornings are always fairly rough. Like I usually don't have great mornings at street ball, like game wise. It's after lunch because now I've played with these guys all morning. I'm starting to gel with them.
Right, you've got your positions. You know which you figured out your snake player. You figured out your Dorito player. You figured out, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And it's all it takes.
In a big game where there's 100 people or 200 people or 500 people,
It's not going to happen.
you don't have that luxury of being able to herd lead these people, for lack of a better
No,
way.
and you could say, oh, well, we'll have the general and he'll have a radio. Great. To who? 6 people somewhere randomly on the field who nobody else is going to listen to?
Yeah, I've seen our generals doing their very best to like get our team to follow along, and it isn't a matter of the general needs to be better because these guys are charismatic, they're well spoken, they're getting people to listen. But you know what? At the end of the day, I paid money to bring my paintball marker and shoot paint. I don't give a damn about your story. I go pew pew.
That's
the
me.
mentality.
That's me.
That's
and
where
they go, hey, you've got to read up on this backstory. Nope.
No, I don't.
Okay, well,
That's
we
what I
have
Tom
we have to
for.
go to this objective and hold it. Nope. Like,
Tom, read the objectives. Okay, are we gonna do it? No.
right? Yeah. That's
But at the same time, I'll put on like I keep saying last few weeks, I'll slap a medic badge on
Sure.
Like I don't care. I'm in it to win it, because if it's a story-based game and I'm going there knowing it's a story-based event, then you kind of expect it. Hey Ty, we miss you too, buddy.
Yeah, it's how do I word it? I just had a thought.
There is a sexy large.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. Myself. This is from Keith. Myself went in the position of unknown territory, link up with other players or other communicate. Hold on. Bro, grammar. It's a thing. Myself went in the position of unknown territory, link up with others, communicate and move progressively through the field, learning as you go, and if you get eliminated, respawn, make it known to your fellow players, teammates. Where have you been in dialogue? It is as if you were in real combat situation. That's just me. My army-oriented chaos. My middle name, learn. As you go in progression, Copperopolis was a 2-day event, so on the last day, dialoguing with my fellow teammates to camaraderie at the... It's actually so long of a comment, it doesn't show the whole thing.
He was on a roll, and I see what he's saying.
Yes.
I completely understand what he's saying.
However... Nobody's going to do that.
It's tough. That, again, is tough to do. Oh,
there. I like Kenny's idea. Release the Horde, and if someone wants to do missions and objectives, keep a group of LTs at the beginning and send them out in groups. There. That's what you do. At the beginning of a game, you find out, hey, who wants to do missions? I do. Great, you go to the left. Who wants to throw as much paint at the enemy as they possibly can? I do. Great, you go to the right. And then, right? And it's like, cool.
Shit, that's like...
This group of guys, this is basically just a pile of feral cats that we're going to point in a general direction, and hopefully they figure it out. This side over here, you guys are actually going to take a minute, and you're going to study what you have to do.
I think right there, that's what PRZ Games did there. See, Corbett's got it.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, the other thing, I hope people truly understand that they're going to a new field and that it needs if they're going to go to Operation Honey Badger 11, if they're going to go to the compound, judge it with fresh eyes. Do not compare it to PRZ. Do not compare it to previous Honey Badgers. That's not fair. Okay? Most of us went to Honey Badger because it was a reason to play PRZ. Don't get me wrong, Honey Badger was great, but PRZ was a big factor in what made Honey Badger so cool, was being able to play in those buildings. What's this? Keith, again, in a situation such as a Walmart, and say there's a fire and everybody's running one way to the exit, but the exits are blocked as you have to adapt. Chaos theory, you could run with the pack or stop for a second, assess the situation, and adapt. True. Absolutely. Counterpoint. It's paintball. I don't have to worry about safety. I'm looking for chaos.
I am the liquor.
There's been times, especially I think at the last Honey Badger, where me and Led and Zach were sitting there watching everything unfold, and we're like, okay, well, that looks important over there. So everybody on the right is doing like this really important mission. Let's go to the left. Let's go see how far into the buildings we can get. Like, we just completely ignored what we were supposed to be doing and wandered off in another direction.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how I the first time I wandered past Tonka, when he shot up when he shot Tango, and I was hollering at him, coming through the field, not to shoot me, Mr. Sniper. Please don't shoot me. Please. And
so this somehow mildly ties into the show's topic. Well, what was supposed to be the show's topic.
Yeah, I derailed.
Thanks. The compound thing derailed us is what it was. Not derailed. It detoured us. Derail is bad. Detour is good. Detours is when you find that gas station that sells that really obscure slushy flavor that you can't get anywhere else in Canada. Speaking of which, we should, next time we make a long trip like that, we need to make a point of stopping off at more weird mom and pop gas stations.
That one that we stopped at near PRZ to get where you
the one where I picked up the C4,
the little Asian convenience store.
Yeah,
that was great.
That was wild. That was wild.
I remember why we had to go there. It wasn't for energy drinks.
No, it was for
something else.
I think it was for cash.
God, I can't remember.
No, water. We needed water. We needed water and energy drinks.
That's right, because we were following Ryan, weren't we? And we were,
Yes.
we were going in loops.
Yeah, because he had no idea where he was going. So the I don't know how I'm going to tie this into the topic, but basically we've got 15 minutes. We're going to talk a little bit about this. Maybe we'll bring it up again next week. The idea of, actually, I guess we have closer to like 16 minutes, 18 minutes.
The longer you go on about how much time we have left, the less time we're going to have to talk about this. Let's go.
Right. The idea of, is paintball slowly reverting back to its pre-2004, 2007, quote-unquote, AGG stage, like where everything is super aggressive. And I think it is. And I think it's good. Like, for looking at the gear, okay? Look at what Infamous has done. Now, don't get me wrong, the skulls, a little cringy, but they're trying, right? Give them a chance.
Those HK skull masks are really cool looking.
Oh, no, I meant the fact that Infamous puts skulls on everything, but then HK actually did a skull mask.
Yeah, until I saw it in real life, I thought it was cringy, and then I got to look at it. Like,
Photos don't capture the details.
No, they don't.
So.
Much less cringy. Oh, that's right. You're into the Proflex now.
I got me a Proflex, the blue bandana Proflex.
That.
Yes, I got one. I now understand. I am now a member of the Proflex cult, and I intend to stay there.
I tried yours and fell in love.
So I noticed that because you put it on and all I heard was, yes.
Yeah. Proceeded to go home and order myself a
custom. Night you ordered custom from A&S Gear.
I'd like to point out how much I hate ordering from A&S Gear.
Yes.
Because my stuff always gets lost and takes forever to get here. Looks like it's moving fairly quickly, but we're not going to look at it.
Nope.
I'm ignoring.
Don't scare it. You might scare the package.
Yeah, exactly. If I startle it, it'll be like my my third-party Legos that I'm waiting for to come from Beijing that still haven't showed up.
Right.
I want my 1,000-piece rocket ship that I got for $14. Damn it.
So we've got HK Army putting out a ton of really nice gear, like nice kit. The jerseys seem to be morphing and becoming more paintball specific. The pants, paintball pants, have gotten away from the baggy. They went to like tight joggers, which were a little awkward. And now they've kind of found this middle ground, which looks great. It's super functional. I think paintball is hitting its stride aesthetically. I think we're hitting the point where it's like things look really good. Like the gear looks good. Carbon is killing it. Every time you turn around, Carbon's putting out a sexy piece of kit.
I forgot how much I enjoyed wearing my old Smart Part pants.
The baggy ones?
Yeah, because that's what I wore this weekend.
Yeah, they're like my intensity pants.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, maybe I think I may have to do that next year. But then again, I play so much in the summer that the pants were just too hot, and I really enjoyed playing in shorts.
Oh no, so even the shorts are kind of part of that new, like not new, but like that revitalized aggressive attire. What is more aggressive looking than going out and playing speedball in speedball pants or shorts? Shorts literally designed for the game of speedball, but everything from your knee down is exposed.
Or I could just go out John Cena style and wear my jorts.
Yeah, which is totally great. You have a fantastic, unique style. I'm just saying the companies seem to be hitting their stride on making some really nice clothing, and it looks really good on everybody.
Intensity's jerseys
are dope. They're fantastic.
That collar, man. I love zipping that thing up. I feel so pretty when I put on my Intensity jersey.
Yeah.
I also, when you sent that message, AGG, I thought for some reason, I thought it said egg. And I'm like, egg? Like the egg hopper? Is that what we're talking about here? Like,
no, but the egg hopper is kind of the opposite of what I'm talking about. The egg hopper was kind of goofy looking. It was bulbous and just a little strange looking. I kind of compare it to, I was thinking about it on the drive up, of when electric cars first started hitting the market, right? They were ugly as sin. They were weird looking. They were bulbous. They kind of looked soft. And now you got
The Homer.
the Homer. Now you got Teslas. You got Rivians. You've got the Mach E, which is the electric Mustang. For anyone who doesn't know, they look.
You shouldn't know what that is because that's vile.
Great.
That is a crime against humanity.
I'd drive one.
I want to get 4 miles to the gallon sucking down old quarter pounder cheeseburgers in the old fashioned non-biodegradable styrofoam containers. Then I'm gonna wipe my mouth with the American flag and throw that styrofoam right out the outside, and there's not a thing you can do about it. Sorry. I'm sorry, I apologize.
The paintball hipster phase is over, clothing wise.
Paintball.
I don't know if paintball really ever had a hipster phase. It definitely had it had a 90s baggy phase, early 2000s baggy phase, like Janko jeans. Like, all the pants were super baggy. And then it went, shoop, and maybe it did have a hipster phase where everyone was wearing tight joggers. And then everything loosened up a little bit. Not a lot. Like, it didn't go baggy, but they definitely went like, boop, just a little bit.
a little boop.
Little bit of a puff, just a little bit more fitted, and a little less skin tight, and yeah, and then we've got the masks. All the masks are looking sharp. Honestly, the push mask, the carbon mask, the Dye i5, the EVS, as big as it is and as loud as it is still a great looking mask.
Oh God!
Right?
Yeah, the EVS is a beautiful looking
compared
mask.
to, and. This is where this whole topic came up. Was I was talking to Zach, and he sent me a video from Empire. It was one of their reels. Hey, Maddie, it's my brother.
Hey.
So baggy speedball pants was to hide hits and sneakily wipe offs. Yes, it's exactly what it was for. But now we have padded pants, so the padding bounces the ball for us. It's great.
I have gone away from padding in my jerseys because
I've never had it.
I had it in, I think one of my jerseys had, my original yellows had padding in it. But after that, my Grumpies, I don't think had any padding in it. And after that, I just went without.
Yeah.
I wear knee pads because
your knees are
old.
Yeah.
Oh, bud, let me tell you.
Right.
Like baseball pants, yeah. Ooh. I really should get a pair of nice baseball pants. White ones and wear some black boxers so it just stands out in the sun.
It's got to be striped. Got to have striped white baseball pants.
Clear JTs.
You guys excited for the clear JTs at World Cup? No. I don't like the clear JTs. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Oh, my back. I don't like the clear masks. I don't like them.
It's the same mask, just with the clear lens.
I don't like the clear. I don't like the clear. The clear.
Like being able to see people's eyes.
Oh, it's not the lens. It's the whole mask. The entire mask, instead of being like mine is black and blue.
Yeah.
Clear.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I hate it.
Saw those.
I hate it.
That looks so weird.
I don't like it at all. It gives me like the heebie-jeebies. I don't know why. Clear plastic also. I know there's ways around it, and I know there's ways to like stop it from happening. But I imagine in a year or two, there's going to be a lot of yellow, clear JT masks out there.
Yeah. That's very true.
And where was I going with this? Masks look good. So, yeah, the masks all look good. Even the hoppers. Look at the hoppers, man. The hoppers all look good.
The virtues are very
right. They're sharp looking. They're sexy. The markers, I mean, they haven't really changed much.
We're not getting into that conversation.
No,
like 5 minutes left of our night. I picked up an LV2 and went, oh, because Ty's was nice, but I didn't use it in a speedball game. And when I used, oh jeez, his name has escaped me. Might feel bad about it now. He's a hell of a Cody Stapleton. Let me use his LV2, and that thing was just beautiful. Could have made a believer out of me.
Nice.
And then I picked up my shocker and went, there we go.
Yeah, so it's I think it's coming back. Even the attitude, even the mentality. I'm hearing and I mean this in a good way. I don't know how to I don't know how to word this in a good way.
I don't know, but I hear somebody getting who's real laid back in our chat right now. He's real laid back. He's super chill.
What, Henniger?
Cap has decided to grace us. He can't yell at us here.
I've also noticed in the attitude of a lot of players in general, and I mean this in the best way possible. Maybe I'm just not in those groups anymore, or maybe I'm just desensitized to it. But personally, it sounds like I'm hearing a lot less. We have to make it. We need more kids. We need to get more kids into the game. We need to make it easier for kids to play paintball. It seems like I'm hearing less of that and a little bit more like it's an aggressive sport. Let it be an aggressive sport. You know? Yeah. Hey, Explorer, he took our advice. He ended up having an FU attitude last time I played. How'd that work out for you, champ? Did you have more fun?
I bet he did.
I bet he did too.
Also, you and Gasman both did a pretty sweet solid for that kid.
Normally, yeah, I gave back my mask and Josh paid it forward. Well, I guess it all balanced out.
Matt, we got a plan for that. We're working on something. Brad, we have a plan to bring back some of the old guys because that's where you're not only going to find ancient gear, you're going to bring back some
paintball music video. Fixes. I can't play it on the air, but I'm going to go grab that link right now.
We're going to check that out after. Damn. Oh, yeah. That young lad that you hooked up with your mask.
I didn't hook him up with the mask. So, okay.
You gave him the mask. You're
no,
like, here you go.
I didn't give him the mask. What happened was, full disclosure, Moncton Paintball, fantastic guys. They take care of us. He heard that I was looking for a new mask, and he hooked me up with the blue bandana Flex, the Pro Flex. So I was like, okay, cool, awesome. He had set me up with a Grills 2.0 because he had heard my Die i4 got stolen. So he's like, you need a mask. I'm like, yeah. He's like, here, take this. Great. I'm not going to say no to a mask that's going to help me out. I didn't like it. It fit funny on my face. I didn't have a good field of view. So when he hooked me up with the Pro Flex, which I was speechless about, I was like, I don't need these grills anymore. So I gave them back to Moncton. I was like, here you go. I know they're technically used. Sorry, but like, you know, I don't need this mask now. So here's your mask back. And then I turn around and it's in the kid's hand. So Josh gave it to the kid because the kid was playing. He was playing hard.
And he was playing good too. Like that kid was a blast. He was, I can't wait to see him out again. That's how you do
he
it.
Absolutely will. What was really cool was talking to his father, and his father was telling me that he had played a little bit of rec ball, a couple of games of rec ball, and got bored. Like after the second game, like after the second day of like 2 days in a row or 2 weekends in a row, he was like, I don't really feel it. Like, it's kind of boring. It's kind of slow. Because he was playing in the town, right? Playing against renters.
Yep.
Then they stuck him in a speedball field, and he was like, that's what I want to play. I want to play more of that. So that kind of proves my point that if you throw a teenager into a speedball match, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to handle them with white gloves. So they will, like, they'll put the work in. They'll make it happen.
Oh, Hundo P.
So,
oh man, I was supposed to go to Halifax this weekend, but one of the boys has Rona.
This? The Mexican OT. I'm gonna have to check this out.
Mexican OT.
That's the YouTube video that they sent over. It's called War Wounds, and the thumbnail is just the dude wearing. I don't know what mask that is. I should know. I'd recognize it. So I'm gonna have to check that out afterwards. I'm definitely checking that video out. I'll shoot you the link there, Tom.
Was Matt Thomas? Was that the dude that was in the tent? The wizard.
Maybe. Also, yes, it's a carbon mask. Thank you. Caleb,
Hey, Caleb.
Maritime Paintball Podcast with a little heart. Aw.
Hey, buddy. Aw, we love you.
Great
too,
group
pal.
of lads. Well, now I feel terrible with what I said about you.
I don't believe that he kicks babies. It's completely not true. Anyone. Oh, God. I just had a flash of the roast we watched this weekend.
Oh, my God.
Stop that right there. No Bob Saget roast. Wizards Jordan. I like that, Mr.
Yeah.
Wizard.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So, folks, we're gonna wind down now. Got a couple of minutes left, but I don't know when this is going to kick over to the other system.
But that's okay. But we can thank our friends who have come and hung out with us tonight and liked and shared and
Commented
visited
and
us.
liked.
Cameron,
Yeah.
thank you.
And
Cameron
shout
on
out
my-
to everyone listening to us live on 97.9 FM CHSR in a beautiful Fredericton, New Brunswick, and on the internet, if that's where you're listening to us, because I know there's some folks out in BC who used to work in this studio who might be listening in. If you are, hello.
Hey, guys.
Brad, let me know what you
Hey,
think of
guys.
that music video. Love the channel. Absolutely. I'm going to definitely check out this music video. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
Yeah, he sounded really excited.
But yeah. Okay, folks, that's it. We're out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And until next week, cheers.
Doodles.
.ca.